Hey guys, I'm back and I have some updates with these little teenage turkeys that are driving me crazy right now. They are taking to jumping over things. I just didn't know what to expect. I have no idea like how fast they develop in these ways. I'm glad that we have the brooder that we do because we're able to really control them in there. But this is week 3. They're just over 3 weeks old. And now when I open the lid, they're trying to jump out at me, and it is crazy. So right now my priority is trying to find some immediate, quick solutions because I need to be able to walk away for a few seconds when that brooder door is open. Also, the feeder, they keep jumping right into it. I'm contemplating putting something to cover the top of it, but then I'm afraid that's going to become a perch for them and allow them to jump over onto the chicken side, and I'm really trying to keep them separate. I'm a natural problem solver. It's just kind of my nature. Sid's gone during the day at work, and so this is just something I'm going to try to figure out on my own because I need help now. Hey babies. Hi. How's my babies doing? Oh, you're going to be good, huh? I need to have the camera out here all the time then if you're going to be good. Yeah. What you doing, huh? You ready for some treats? Let me get you some treats. I have my own little call for them. Oh. They're starting to show off. I think they're excited. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. There you go. I don't like how aggressively you grabbed that. So I'm going to put this in the feeder. Pew, pew, pew. There you go. Now their chicken neighbors are much calmer than they are, and definitely smaller. So the chickens just aren't as intimidating because the turkeys, like when I go over here, oh, see, they're trying to catch that edge. When I go over here, the chickens really are not that interested in what I'm doing, but they did hear that I had treats, so I'm gonna make sure they get their treats. Y'all need to calm down over there. My chickens like to perch on that cord. We put the shower curtain rod in there because it was just to entertain them. I need to figure out something for the turkeys. They're already so jumpy. I just don't trust giving them extra elevation because I feel like they're gonna hop over onto that side if I do that. Now they do like to be held. So I'll grab one out and I'll just like calm it down. I want it to know that I am going to be handling them. So I do pick them up and I kind of let them see that there is something over there. I know they hear each other since they're so curious. Everybody says turkeys aren't bright. I think that they actually are pretty smart. There you go. Okay. Good job, guys. There you go. You too. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I got you. I got you. Here we go. It's pretty hot. I turn their light off at night, but this is actually the temperature that they like to be at 90. During the day here in Texas where we have them, I can turn the brooder lights off. I have a fan going out here and it's the perfect temperature for them. So the first order of business I think I'm going to do is a temporary solution just in case it doesn't work. I don't want to invest a lot of time in. See? Just frightened me jumping up here. I want to create a visual barrier. We have a bunch of landscape fabric that we're not even using, and even some plant clips that I use for tomatoes. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut the landscape fabric and clip it to the top here just to give it kind of a sheet and see if that kind of gets them to not do it as much. So we'll see. There is a little lip on the edge here, and I don't know if you can see them, but these are the tomato clips that I use to clip up tomatoes and stuff on the cattle panels. Like I said, I don't want to invest a lot in this if it doesn't work. So I'm just doing a test to see if this will be a visual barrier for them and just kind of see like how stubborn are they. I'm gonna open this up and just kind of see what this looks like. Let's see how that goes. So I'm trying to address this problem of the jumping out and that problem with the going into the food. Got a new game. At least they're not landing inside of it. But what's funny is they're not aiming for over here, which they usually aim straight for that. Somebody is looking up there. Oh. I still haven't had one try to jump at the barrier. They are jumping at that, which they've been doing. They're just not landing inside of it now. So, oh Lord. So now we have a new problem of trying to jump over now that there's a step. I do not trust the look that little turkey just had. Get down. Get down. Okay, you guys are showing off now. Hey. That was not put in there for you to do all that. Now get down. Get down. Okay, so let me turn this sideways and see if they can grip it when it's like that. Looks like they're having a meeting, trying to get at least one to go first. So it seems to be what they do. Teach one, do one. They get at least one of them to do it, and then everybody lines up to be bad. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of our hardware cloth and build like a little bridge piece just to blockade them, because at this point, I mean, they're just gonna do this in a few days anyway, right? So I'm starting to see that their behavior is just progressive. I'm gonna test out and see how they behave when I open the other side. Now that this blockade is here, oh, he couldn't stick the landing. It is so hot in that garage. While they might like it, I am not enjoying that here in Texas. Right now I need to find some hardware cloth and try to map out about what size I'm gonna need for that little barricade. I saw that I had an extra roll in here. Let's go see if this is even the right type of size for what I need. I'm really appreciating the fan that we have in here now, the cooling fan. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at. I'm gonna have to really uncurl this edge. Let me get a tool. You guys got to miss out on a full-blown adult temper tantrum as I was trying to find this, the staple gun, the staples to load it, and fight loading it. It's hot in here. Like, it is over 100 degrees in here. and I have to like stand like over there to get some of the fan. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try this. If me doing all this doesn't show you, I am a very stubborn person. I try to figure stuff out. Okay, so I'm gonna enter on the chicken side. At this point, I don't trust my turkeys. I just know that they're going to try and peck at my ankles or something like that. They're just a lot taller than the chickens. And when I enter either one, the chickens, they'll run away, where the turkeys, they just come to me. So I'm like, they make me feel a little claustrophobic, and they're bigger. So I'm gonna go over here on the chicken side. I feel like I need a longer piece. Okay, I'm not a fan of chicken wire. If this were a predator situation, I would definitely be insistent upon hardware cloth. I was going to use the hardware cloth just because that was some extra, just a little extra. And we actually have a project. I have some more hardware cloth, but we have a project coming up that is going to be for predator resistant stuff. We have some old chicken wire that we use when we set up compost. This is just extra. It's just longer. This is just a barrier. Okay, babies, I'm coming back in. Y'all gotta watch out. This is so much fun. Not. I can't do anything because the sides come up. So I really am just making a taller barrier, I guess. That's really all I'm doing, is making a taller barrier. I'm second guessing myself. I think if I do like a taller bridge, like if I bend this over and staple on each side, it just gives them that extra height so they can't be crazy. And I don't trust these little turkeys. They're already over there like, bring it, we want to play. Yeah, you guys are trouble. Okay, I got this edge secured. See, they have absolutely no fear. And they're so curious. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Again, I don't trust them. Hang on. I do want to bend the sharp parts in. Okay. So my thinking is that I'm just gonna make a tall barricade, basically. Something intimidating. If they hit, they just kind of bounce back. Right now, that's my thinking. I feel like I need to mold it a little bit. I feel like it's a little prison. It looks like a little prison fence. I don't want to be overzealous with this, because if it doesn't work, I'm not trying to create a whole lot of extra work taking it off. Right now, this is really a test to see how they're gonna react to this. See if it is a visual barrier for them, because right now, that landscape cloth is still working. It is hot in the garage. I'm taking a break in the shade, outside, just letting my skin dry up. I'm just drenched in sweat. I was talking to my friend Terry over at Organic Raw Roots. She has a turkey farm, and I've been hitting her up with questions about turkeys just because I don't know anything about them. And I think the best thing you can do is to talk to people that you know. And for me, that's Robin at Big Bear Homestead and Terry at Organic Raw Roots. And Terry was telling me that a lot with turkey behavior, acting bad, doing some of the stuff that they're doing comes from just being bored. So she gave me a few ideas that I'm going to go ahead and try. One of the ideas that she gave me was to get some black oil sunflower seeds and to put them in some ice trays with some water, freeze them, and put them in a bowl, and the turkeys will just entertain themselves cooling off and then snacking on the seeds. Another thing that she was telling me that I want to try is to get some watermelon and cut it up and then let them have the rinds. You can put the rinds in the freezer and then give it to them. One, it cools them off. Two, it's a nutritional thing for them, and it just entertains them. It's giving them something to do. And then another suggestion, I'm going to see if I even have this, so we'll see, is a head of lettuce. Lettuce at the grocery store is super cheap, or if you have some in the garden, which we don't because we ate all of ours, and then it got too hot here in Texas and it bolted. But to put through the root of it, put a hole through there and a way to hang it, and what they'll do is they'll entertain themselves like biting at it. So I'm going to see if I have what I need to make that happen. And as a matter of fact, the ice cube thing might be a challenge because since we've moved, that's one of the boxes that I can't find something to freeze ice cubes. I have an automated ice cube maker, so I mean, who here uses ice trays still? I may just have to do something in little plastic containers. I'm going to see what I have for that. I'm going to get these into the freezer and then we'll check and see how the turkeys are being with the new barriers. Well, they have a pretty decent barrier. I'll be excited to see them with their little treat and see if that helps to curb some of their boredom and just distract them from trying to find new spots to jump. Another thing I'm going to try just to entertain the turkeys with is building like a little bridge, something that they can climb on. Maybe it'll distract them from other things. A long time ago, Sid made these little wooden dice, and I had a garden stick, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of bridge them in there, and we'll see what they think about it. Is anybody going to climb on it? I think I'm going to change out their feeder too. I did pick up a different feeder. I'm going to see if that helps stop the temptation for climbing and jumping off of that. I put a little box in the middle to just secure it, and they seem to be a lot happier with that box. And they're getting up on it. It's giving them something to climb. So maybe it'll only be one more day for them to figure out another really annoying thing. But I got to keep them in here for a few more weeks, and I want them to be safe, happy, and healthy in the meantime. Hey guys, let's see if you like this treat. I'm going to see how they react to that. And then I'm going to grab a few more pieces of the watermelon. I'm going to treat this as kind of a treat. So they're pecking at everything. Let me move this in a different area, make it more interesting. They've done really well. with these little changes. I'm just gonna have to entertain them like this on the hottest part of the day. Well, I'll give the turkeys credit for something. They kept me busy all day trying to solve their shenanigan problems. So they might be a little brighter than most of us give them credit for. It seems like every little obstacle I was making, every small thing, they just kept finding a new thing. I've been doing little updates on Instagram with our turkeys, even some stuff in our garden. So if you follow that account or our TikTok account, you'll get little updates that you don't usually get to see on YouTube. If you like these videos, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to join our family, hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in our livestock vlogs, we'll put a playlist off to the side. We are still learning and we are sharing with you our mistakes and what we learned, what works, what didn't work after all that good stuff. We'll put that playlist off to the side. Until the next time, let's grow together.